The RMX-16 is a legendary digital effects system that came out in 1981, and it quickly became a staple in every studio of its day. You have heard these effects on records from Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel, U2, Radiohead, and probably hundreds, if not thousands, of other records as well. Now, I was just visiting my friend Tony at his studio, and he actually had the reissue of the RMX-16 from AMS Neve, and it's a 3-slot 500 series reissue. And Tony, instead of putting it in a lunchbox or something, has just this cute little, that's right, I said cute, 3-slot 500 rack enclosure just for the RMX-16. Something about it just sitting on its own that really just caught my eye and made me take a second look at that. If it was in a lunchbox, I probably would have just glanced right past it. But for whatever reason, I don't know why. So there's things like that catch my eye and make me go, But Andrew, what about the plugin? I've got the plugin too. The plugin is also great. It's awesome. But I don't have any external effects units, and I kind of wanted to experiment with like, what's the difference between not doing literally everything on the computer and coming over here and picking out sounds with buttons and knobs and, you know, facing the speakers instead of facing this way. Maybe your setup is different than mine, but I kind of like to separate the process. Now, back in the day, and in some commercial studios still, to use the effects units, they were kind of off in the rack, not anywhere near the speakers, and usually they're in very inconvenient places. You got to kind of get down there and flip through the presets and kind of tweak it in and turn your head and kind of listen. But there's something about how Tony had his setup, and I said, I want that. One, because the sounds that come out of it are just fantastic. I mean, people have been using them over the last 5+ decades. So they're great. They speak for themselves, but something about the way that Tony had it set up in that enclosure, I said, I want that. Also, I just want to see what's the practical setup of using an external effects unit here in the studio. So got it set up on my desk. I'm tweaking a couple things on the desk right now so it'll find its place where it's going to permanently be sooner or later. So one thing of note is the RMX-16 has a mono input and a stereo output. So what I'm doing is I'm using it a few different ways. I have it through my DAWs that I'm using, and then I'm also using it through console. If you have an Apollo, you're familiar with console. I've got a couple instruments that are just piped in through console all the time. And one of them is this Roland Juno DS keyboard that's audio output into 2 channels. And so what I did is I just changed the output on console to go straight to the RMX-16 just for fun, just to have it on, you know, if I'm not even doing a session or whatever. And you can mirror the output so it also still comes out your monitors. So that has been really fun, just to have some reverb in the room live through console. But also, I've tracked some stuff. Obviously, using an external effects unit, you have to print the effect into the session. So a couple things I've tried it on are drums. I've tried it on acoustic. I've tried it on this keyboard. I have tried it on I don't think I've tried it on bass. It'd be fun to try that chorus on the bass. And electric guitar. And quite honestly, I'm probably overusing it because it's a new toy. I'm having a lot of fun. It's all sounding really, really good. But let's flip through a few of these things that I've tried it on and see what you think. Okay, so just for reference, here's what the drums sound like without the effects on it. This is live drums that I recorded here in this room. Okay, now I'm going to add in the RMX-16. Now this is the first setting that comes on when you turn on the RMX-16. This is the ambient setting with a 4-second decay time. You can flip through your settings here super easily on this little quadrant on the unit. You have your program, decay, pre-delay, your EQ adjustments, input, mix, dry, wet, output. So yeah, it's great. So this is the ambient setting. And we can pull down the decay time on it a little bit. Now I have the mix of the RMX relative to the drums very high, just so we can hear the effect very clearly. But typically we would pull this down in the mix. Now let's switch to the next setting, which I believe is the room setting that I like. Yeah, that's nice. So again, just for reference, I'm gonna mute this while it's playing. This is dry. And that's with the room on. Pull this up a little bit too. Okay. And just for fun, let's switch through to another one here. This is a hall with a big decay time. All right, and let's switch to a hall. This is hall C1 with a very long decay time. And this is a plate. I love how easy it is to maneuver through this, and I also just love like the knob feel, the buttons, and listening to effects through this medium is totally different than clicking around on my screen on a mouse. All right, now I got to show you this non-linear, because this is one of the probably most commonly used back in the 80s on drums. Something that comes to mind is the drum fill from Phil Collins that we all know and love. This reverb very much is reminiscent of that. Here's another hall. There's a reverse setting on here too that's really rad. This one. Yeah, that's sick. I'm gonna go back to room A. Actually, there's another room on here. Let's listen to that room. This is room B. It's got a little bit longer of a decay. I'll pull it back a little bit. Yeah, I really like this, so I'm gonna roll with this, and I'm gonna record it back in, because that's how you gotta do it with external. If you want this to be on there, and you wanna be able to use it again, you have to record the audio out of this back into your session, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, next I'm going to record some electric guitar through this RMX 16. We'll find a cool setting on it, and it'll be tricky because I really like this guitar dry, but I just wanna hear it through a couple things, so let's listen to it dry. So it's just that part, and it repeats on the chorus. So let's see what it sounds like on the same setting as the drums, the room. Pull it down a little bit. Yeah, it sounds sweet. All right, let's flip through to... let's try one of these reverse. It's probably going to be way overkill. I mean, it's super fun, but won't work in the mix. Man, if that doesn't just take you right back. Chorus. Let's mess with the pre-delay a little bit. Wow. We can pull the highs down. Oh, it sounds better when you pull the highs down. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that might be the move, actually. Little texture. All right, now let's try some acoustic guitar. Here's the acoustic guitar dry. All right, and then let's turn on the RMX16. It's on the chorus right now. God, that sounds great. All right, let's flip through. Let's go back to program 1. It's probably way overkill. Oh yeah, it's like a stadium. Room A1. Here's a hall. And plate. Hall. Yeah, shortening up the decay on that's nice. Okay, the next thing that I want to try is something I'm just very personally curious about. It is bass, and I've recorded the bass DI, and I want to run it through the chorus. So here's what the bass sounds like on its own. So I'm wrong, actually. I recorded the bass through an amp with, I think, an 87 on the amp. So I am going to engage the chorus on it and see what that sounds like here. Oh God, that's great. I want to pull the highs down a little bit, and then I'm going to mess around with the pre-delay. Oh yeah, that's getting recorded in. I just want to hear it in context with everything else, so we're going to record that in. Okay, so this whole song is built on a drum loop that came out of this old keyboard over here, and I say old. It's brand new to me, but it's not like a brand new keyboard, so here we go. And then the live drums come in. Now let's jump forward to the chorus where the electric guitar comes in, and I'm going to play it with just the dry electric guitar on the chords, and then I'll add in the chorus. So that was dry. Now let's add in that chorus. Let's see how high it is too. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. I'll tuck it a little bit. That's cool. And then after the chorus, there's like this little break part here that transitions back into the verse. So yeah, that's fun. This is still a new unit for me, and gosh, it's so fun. I feel like I'm rediscovering something that I've used a lot of times before in the original version, also have used in the plugin, but just having it in this form factor, sitting on my desk and like having to record it back in and find the settings and stuff, I don't know, it sort of changes how I interact with the unit and use the effects, because it requires a little more dedication and focus on that particular thing, one source at a time. So that's me about a week or two in of having this here in my room, trying it on this particular session. I also tried it if you don't follow me on Instagram, check out my Instagram. I did a reel where I was trying out some of the effects on the vocals that we did on the cover of Daughters, which if you haven't seen, you should check that out too. It was so fun. Recording a song in an hour. We called it Stepdaughters by Juan Mayer. But if you want to hear that, I did a reel on Instagram. Follow me over there. I post reels and stuff that are just a little bit faster when I'm in a session or something. If you want to check that out. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, subscribing. We're on our way to 100,000 subscribers, which is just, I say we because it's you guys. I'm just whatever I'm doing. I'm putting this stuff on the internet and you guys are liking and subscribing, and that's so cool. So thank you guys for doing that. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you to Sweetwater for sponsoring this video. There's a link to this unit in the description of the video. AMS Neve is making this reissue of the RMX 16 and nailed it. I'm in love with it. So yeah, that's it. Bye guys. See you later.